Hello, 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 everybody. It is Matt and it is Maniac Monday, and I am back at you with yet another review. Before I roll on to any of that, I want to wish each and every one of you a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff, because life really is too short as is. Do me a really huge favor, like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing your beautiful faces when you are here. I know I'm here an awful lot, but I have an awful lot on my plate to review. And one last little tidbit of information. Check out the description box. I give you a bigger bite of every single movie of every single day, such as a brief synopsis, your starring cast, directors, runtime of the cut I am watching, along with a link for where you can watch this bad boy for free. No link for any trailers because it's not on YouTube. But either way, the film is available on YouTube, Freevee, Tubi, which I'm giving you the Tubi link for it. It's gonna go directly to that link to where you can watch it. It's well worth your time if you want to spend an hour and 43 minutes on somewhat of a slow burn, but it has a great story going for it. Great backdrop with the not the carnival, but the haunted house attraction. Great scenery with that. It is none other than the 2006 film called Frightworld, and this is a very interesting movie. Like I said, it runs at an hour and 43 minutes. It's not rated, and you'll find it on Tubi. It's starring Tiffany Pulvino, Cody Matthew Blymire, Dina Cataldi, Kamilla Kova, and Jess Weber. This is, I believe, the first I've seen of any of those performers in any other films. Maybe they show up in other David R. Williams films, which David R. Williams co-directed this with Mike Hatch, just to let you know. What exactly is this movie about? Well, it's about a group of people who eventually go on to spend the night in this haunted house attraction that one of them has recently purchased and is getting ready to open for the haunt season. But before we get on to that, we want to go on to the beginning. The beginning starts out with a guy who is setting out to make the Disney World of haunted house attractions. And he sets out to do that. He ends up committing suicide. Later on, a guy is going through there and starts killing people, and he ends up getting brutally murdered. Blah blah blah. Fast forward to modern day time, and you got 9 friends that are hanging out, going in there, and various assortments of things happen to them, from stuff being stabbed, like from them getting stabbed, to weird hallucinations. It's just really goes for the throat with some of the gore in here. It does get a little slight sleaziness to the to the overall vibe, especially when you got there's a girl who is dancing, who is very inebriated, and she's doing a little dance on a table or whatnot, whatever it is she's dancing on, I don't know. But she's slowly taking her clothes off, and she's just so trashed that it just gives off this sleaze vibe, and I really liked that. I feel like that is a huge part of horror films that has disappeared. Not completely from them. You got to go to the independent cinema to find films of this nature. You can't, for some reason, you can't make stuff like this for mainstream movies, which I find to be ridiculous. I feel like the independent world of cinema is greatly affected because people are so shallow minded nowadays with film. It just really bothers me when there's stuff out there like this, and people refuse to watch it because it doesn't have a $100 million budget. It doesn't have actors you know who are in it. It doesn't have a director you know. I just find that to be complete poppycock, and I hate that that happens with films like this. I feel like this one could be a great Friday or Saturday night horror flick to throw on and enjoy it for what it is. Um, it's it's not a home run out of the park, no, but it is still entertaining. And that's what overall what we want is we want to be entertained. We want to forget about life for 90 minutes to 120 minutes, however long the movie is. We just want to escape for a little while and enjoy something. And this really does help you escape from the monotony of a lot of films that just kind of blend together because they're so similar in styles. That's one thing I've noticed with David R. Williams films. There's nothing conventional about them that stick to anybody else's style. He does his own style and he sticks with it, and I really appreciate that. I love that a director is willing to do that and stay true to his style. Because I've seen newer stuff and I've seen some of his earlier works. So it shows that he's grown as a filmmaker, but he has not forgotten where he came from and is still very humble and does great work for what he's got going on as far as budgetary restrictions and filming restrictions, and of course any other restrictions involved. Now, on to the three things that I love my movies to meet. First and foremost is the audio. The audio is very good in this. It never really loses its momentum that it has with that. It really kind of it's very professional feeling. Granted, yes, I did watch a copy in 4K, which is always nice to see a crisper, cleaner copy of something. So if you want to for sure see the 4K, I know the YouTube one is. I don't know if Tubi is. They're probably 2K over there is my guessing, but I could be very wrong. Either way, don't miss out on this movie. The audio is back to that. It doesn't have any interferences that aren't meant to be there. There are like staticky interferences, but it's all in the style of the filmmaking. That's how it's supposed to be. So if you get to watching this and you're seeing little static lines going across the screen and you start hearing weird audio, don't let that sway you away from this, because it's meant to be there. It's supposed to give it that style, that underground style that David R. Williams and what's that guy? Oh shoot, I'm sorry. What David does with his filmmaking. So yeah, I'm gonna give it an A on that end. Edit or dialogue is always my second thing. The dialogue is very good for the most part. The characters that are delivering the lines are pretty much believable. That I can say the only person that I was a little iffy with is there is a character that is a Marine. Not that I don't believe that a woman could be a badass Marine. The girl that played it just didn't look like a badass. That's my only thing. She looked a little high maintenance to be a Marine, but I've been wrong before on people, so don't take that as a bad thing. I thought she was a cool character. Definitely one of the better characters of the movie. My favorite character happens to be either Sick Boy or the owner of the haunted house attraction itself. I liked both of their characters very well. Um, Most of the other characters are very dislikable in some ways. Mostly because you don't get enough screen time with them to really feel like, hey, this person's worthwhile caring about, or I like this about that character, or that about that character. It's it delivers on what it's trying to do, but I feel like it could have done more with the dialogue. It doesn't. Uh, Gosh, I don't want to say it's bad or anything like that. It's good for what it is. I'm giving it an A. Editing is where the best part of this one is. It's put together really well. It has a great steady forward momentum. Doesn't get too boring in places, or boring at all, really. Um, uh, it just is a slow burn, just as a heads up. Um, it's not one you're gonna sit down and you're gonna be like full throttle with the action and with the suspense. It's gotta develop itself. It's gotta marinate in its own flavors for a little bit before it truly does give you its overall vibe and overall feel. Um, I think it's edited together for a right amount of time of an hour and 43 minutes. There's nothing I can really complain about on the editing wise. Editing gets an A plus. So on that 1 through 5 scale, it's going to get a 4.5 out of 5. So, anyways, I think it does a really good overall feel. I'm a huge fan of David R. Williams films. I think the guy is a really good filmmaker. I wish that some of you guys would hop on their bandwagon and check out more of Red Scream's films productions, or whatever. It's Red Scream Films Studios, I believe. But either way, if you got Red Scream Films, you'll get it. I can't. That's how I searched it and came up with it. But yeah, all right, guys. Love your faces. Can't wait to see you. I might do one tomorrow and one Wednesday, and still try to get 3 out this week. Because Thursday through Saturday for sure I'm not doing one, and I don't know about Sunday. So I got the holiday and all that stuff coming. All right, guys. Love your faces.